Video review.
Let's start with the obvious. Trine is a visually stunning game, possibly the most artistically beautiful game so far this year. You know those fairy tales you heard as a kid with enchanted forests and spooky caves and glowing flowers that light your way? Well, Trine's gorgeous and detailed environments look just like your imagination of those places come to life. It's hard to imagine someone not appreciating the storybook beauty and magic of Trine's presentation, from the soothing sounds of the narrator's voice to the beautiful woodlands lit with glowing shafts of light.
No one had been able to visit it for centuries because of the ancient magic protecting whatever lay inside.
Underneath the beauty is a fairly straightforward 2D action platformer with a healthy sprinkling of light physics-based puzzles. The game itself isn't nearly as special as its magical atmosphere, but it is good fun. You can play on your own or with one or two friends in local co-op. If you play on your own, you control one of Trine's three main characters at any time. There's the thief, who can shoot arrows and use her grappling hook to swing across chasms. There's the knight, who can pick up objects and bash things with his sword and other melee weapons. And then there's the wizard, who can move objects around with his mind and create boxes and platforms out of midair. You can switch between them at will, and you'll need each one's skills to get to the end of each level. You'll even level up their skills as you earn experience by killing enemies and finding bottles of liquid experience along the way. The jumping and leaping is all pretty easy. There are obstacles to overcome, like moving platforms, spikes, and giant swinging blades, but the platforming isn't very challenging. It's still fun though, thanks to tight controls and smooth animations that make the experience feel slick. Similarly, the action elements aren't anything special, and actually weird enemy placement and respawning foes can get annoying when you'd rather be figuring out the platforming puzzle at hand. But again, the controls are so responsive and the animation's so smooth that slashing up skeletons still feels satisfying. Trine's most clever moments arise from its use of physics. You may need to jump onto swinging platforms or rotating wheels and move them about using the wizard's powers, or create boxes and stack them so you can jump to places otherwise out of reach. In fact, you've never played a game in which boxes were more helpful than they are in Trine. Yet the physics are also an occasional headache. Sometimes objects like spinning wheels are tough to manipulate the way you want to. This wouldn't be an issue if the wizard had unlimited magical power, but alas, your characters have limited energy reserves. There's nothing more annoying in Trine than to deplete your wizard's energy messing with a tricky object and then have to run back to the previous checkpoint to replenish your energy. Nevertheless, Trine is rather easy, but it's also good fun, especially if you plug in a couple of controllers and add another player or two. 3 buddies can play in local co-op play, each taking control of a single character. This lends the game a distinct Lost Vikings vibe, since with 3 players you need to make sure everyone can get from point A to point B. It's a ton of fun to figure stuff out as a group, though there are some problems here as well. The camera can get annoying if you get split up, which is a workable issue. However, you may find a few glitches along the way as well, such as how the mouse pointer disappears when all 3 characters die and you need to struggle just to restart from the last checkpoint. But quibbles aside, Trine is more joyous and, oddly enough, a bit more challenging when you aren't on your own. Too bad some players will miss the fact that the option even exists, since in a less than genius stroke, developer Frozenbyte buried the co-op play in the control menu. The biggest hurdle you may need to overcome, however, is Trine's price. This is a slick and beautiful game, but $29.99 is a lot to ask for a 5-hour-long side-scrolling platformer. The fact that the upcoming PlayStation Network version will go for $10 less makes the price on the PC even more mind-boggling. Still, don't let the price deter you if you've got an eye for beauty and a penchant for fun. Trine is a great argument for those that embrace games as art, and a great way to escape into a world seemingly created from your own childhood daydreams.